You may recall hearing me say, if I forget to rinse out my little brush with that Titebond 3, I can forget it. Well, yepers, I forgot to rinse it out. Well, they were only 6 for $1 from the dollar store, so I didn't lose a whole lot. Just the idea that I forgot. Oh, that's all right. No marks there at all. Good old cardboard. Well, here's that seam. And last night, I came down and I wanted to give it a little bit of a look at, and I thought it was coming apart here. But all that was happening was the squeeze out was darkening, and it looked like a shadow. Anyway, give this a little bit of sandpapering, and I think you're not going to even know it was there. I finally broke down and got myself a proper sanding block. For years I've been using stuff like this. I'd take a piece of sandpaper and wrap it around here and just staple it into the sides, and that's what I was using. So I'll let you know how this works. Well, actually you're going to see how it works, and I'll put a link to where you can get one in the comments section at the bottom of this video. Well, I don't know, maybe I didn't put it on right. Well, it's probably my fault. I don't think I tightened it down the first time. Well, this is the first time I used it. Live and learn, right? Now before I stain the top, and I'm actually pretty anxious to do that, I think I should maybe cut the back to size. And the reason for that is I can stain the back then at the same time as I do the top. So I can see I'm going to have to take off, about a blade width, just along the end there. Well, I think that's going to be alright. Just have to chamfer the edges now. Well, that was a pretty good guess. Now the back is going to be held down to these vertical pieces by a couple of screws, like about right here and right here. And I'll just have to be careful not to tighten them up too much because there's going to be a little bit of contraction and expansion going on. Maybe. Now I'm not going to be able to tell which end looks the best. The dial is going to take up probably almost 2/3 of it, and you're only going to see either this end or this end. I got a feeling that this end may look the best, but I won't know for sure until it's stained. So I don't want to be drilling the holes and then find out later that I can't turn it around because the holes are preventing that. So I'm going to stain everything first and then see which end looks the best and then drill the holes. Well, I want to be careful that I don't put it on so thick that it runs down everything here. And yet it has to be thick enough that it's going to soak in. Kind of anxious to see how this joint is going to work. Okay, this is the back of the back. And it's going to be a little harder to do because, you know, I've got to do the whole thing pretty well all at once. Okay, now this is the side that we're going to see. This side I went over it. The final sanding was 600 grit sandpaper. And I can actually tell the difference. The back, I believe, was only 400 grit. Okay, I think that's more than enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this soak in for about half an hour. And then wipe as much of it off as I can, and then we'll have to leave it sit until tomorrow morning. Wipe it off again, and we'll be able to put the back in place, and we'll sort of be able to tell what the clock's going to look like. Well, without the dial. Well, I think that's it for this video. And once again, thanks for watching.